Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you are across the world. This is Jake from All Emotion. This is episode 69. Donald Trump, the Secret Service, and Diddy from myself and the whole entire All in Motion team, including the back office. We want to thank you to our guests and all of you for tuning in. He is a former Marine, fitness personal trainer, bodybuilder, loving father, and just started his own business, Tough Love Consultations. Let's take a listen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to All Motion. This is Jake, Scar City. How we doing, sir?
I'm good. You already know it's Star City, All Emotion. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a series that we are doing here on All Motion. I'm happy and very excited to have the first guest that we have, our number 2 episode back in October of 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, José Cordova.
How's everybody doing?
How we doing, sir?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing great. Definitely a new sense of energy going around. So I'm ready to do this.
It's been a long time, man.
It has. I kind of grew half an afro.
So what has your experience been from All Motion when we first started back in 2021? The growth and what you've seen to this point?
It's been a drastic change. It's definitely been a big change for me from where I was back then to where I am now. A whole lot of mental change, physical change, different perspective on life, individuals I've come across, different energy I've been exposed to, just all love. It's definitely all love, and I really appreciate, what I've gone through to definitely get to where I'm at right now.
And we really appreciate it. And we're going to get right into it. And we want to touch on, you were the first of this first series that we are doing. Next 20, 30 episodes on our way to 100 episodes. So again, we thank you, sir, for your time.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Scar City and you share something very interesting. Is that correct?
That's true. It is. It is. I just learned that Scar City. I just had a good conversation with him. Definitely awesome dude. And the fact that both kind of clicked, the fact that he's from Harlem and not from the Bronx, that in itself is powerful. When I first left outside of New York City, I never knew nothing else outside of New York City. So I feel like that was something that other individuals like myself during that time kind of experienced, to know that somebody else from the same area as you are definitely had that extra backing, so I could definitely relax my shoulders, extra relaxed, and I could be gully all I want. Let's go.
Scar City.
Yeah, and also the fact that we have a lot of similarities, and we were, for the most part, raised during the same era. So, there's a lot of that there as well. So, yeah, I'm glad to be doing this interview, and let's get to it.
All right, Jose. We talked about this, sir. We had a great conversation for the last hour, going over your time, and we'll get you out of here as soon as we can. Obviously, you do know what has happened during the as we head into 2025 with President-elect. And I know you and I talked about it. Okay, now let's break it down for the audience. You served how long in the Marine Corps?
I served 8 years.
Now, during that time, you would consider yourself, in terms of marksmanship, expert?
I qualified.
Qualified. Now, can you go over some of those qualifications with the audience before we dive into this?
Oh, so
from the Marine Corps, not the Army. And we're not talking about sniper school right now. We're talking about specifically, what was your job in the Marine Corps?
Oh, the warehouse clerk. I move boxes left and right, but when it comes to supply, hey, no.
But you got to know how to shoot.
Supply. Oh, definitely.
So can you go over with the audience, please? What are the qualifications for a Marine, the basic qualifications for shooting?
So first and foremost, as a Marine, every Marine is a marksman. You got to be able to know how to shoot. That is.
And can you go over some of those targets?
Qualification for the targets is definitely
distance.
This distance. You got different distances as far as being able to shoot and hit your target.
Go over with the audience so we understand the closest and then the furthest target in terms of distance.
The closest target, 36 yards, and then the further away is 500 yards.
And to qualify, you have to hit so many targets, obviously. Correct.
You have to hit more. Well, if you hit all 10 every time, then you're a badass. Normally, if you make more than half of the shots.
So 250 yards would say, if you can hit a shot from 250 yards, you're considered pretty good, correct?
That's pretty good. I know some guys that can shoot from 500 yards away, too.
And then we have sniper school, which is a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, that's a completely different.
Okay. So you know where we're going with this.
I kind of got a good idea.
I'm just setting it up for you. Your own personal opinion, Scar City, you can jump in on this as well. To open this up. It's been covered, obviously, but we want to open it up to you because yourself, you served in the Marine Corps, you met the qualifications. Want to know your personal opinion about Donald Trump's situation. And there's a two-part question, but the first part is what your opinion is and about the shooter and the distance.
Look, from there, that point, either you're cockeyed or you're kind of like blind. There's no way. There's no way that somebody would be able to miss a target like that. Again, when we spoke earlier, the guy he definitely has a lot of mass. So as far as being able to miss a target like that, I don't know what happened. Either a bee stung this dude, kind of jerked him to the side or whatnot. But the guy that let me finish with this. The guy that threw his shoes at George Bush had a better chance to hitting this guy than that actually, tried to assassinate the former president.
And the second part to that is the Secret Service.
Oh yeah, that one. I mean, it should have been covered all around from all the previous events that they've had
in the history of the Secret Service, right? With all the assassinations and assassination attempts, right?
Exactly. It's more so. It should be, again, not for nothing. I don't know what goes on, what the situation happened, a situation that amongst them that they talked about having perimeter like that covered. It should be one-on-one to where you know exactly what you need to be covering as far as an individual of, I would say, quote unquote, of that caliber to be able to come out and be able to talk. I don't see why there wouldn't be that much of a protective barrier around him, or even let alone have that loose area open for that to happen. Very scary nowadays.
Scar City, you got anything? Your thoughts, opinions about that you want to share?
Yeah, I mean, just in general, he was the shooter was not in a secure area. I mean, even though we look at this and we say, "Oh, Secret Service," but the truth of the matter is that area should have been secured. And we know we talk about that a lot in cybersecurity. Staying within the secure zone. There's a lot of attack vectors, but if you're in the secure zone, typically like the DMZ or somewhere like that, you're usually protected. So that's the only feedback I have on it, is that he was technically not in the secure zone. So that should have just been vetted better. That's my feedback on that.
What is going on with that woman? I don't know. She was getting him in the truck, Donald Trump. And this woman, I don't know what, she was juggling her sidearm. She was juggling to get it in the holster. We got to talk about that. Oh, you're making a lot of people look bad to carry your sidearm. Juggling that like she was making a circus.
That one's true. You've been taught that. So, those are their techniques for you to be able to deal with situations like that. And especially being that specific occupation that I would say,
right?
You got enough training. You've seen enough videos. Things like that should definitely be secondhand nature at that point. But again, that's just from my perspective. That's my opinion. Then I believe they should have been better with that. Because again,
it comes down to one thing: training.
Yeah, exactly. It's all training. Once you have training, you don't lose it, or unless you went to training not thinking about what's going on.
And SOPs, right?
Precisely. They got step by steps on how to do things like that.
Just thoughts and opinions. Because a lot of media, podcasts, blogs have covered this. Scar City having over 25 years in the music business, and yourself being from New York, own personal opinion. Scar City, I know, will jump in on this as well. Puff Daddy, P. Diddy. Thoughts?
I'll go first.
Yeah.
With that one, what I think, from what you told me, that
both houses at the same time
exactly
were basically rated
right
by the Department of Homeland Security.
Exactly.
And they were in terms of, and I saw show overforce.
Yeah. They're going to take down, they were going to go against.
Like someone, like I said, a terrorist. Like seriously, they showed up in tactical vehicles. They showed up in tactical gear.
Right. These guys were armed to the teeth.
So you think from that aspect, he's producer, mogul, icon, creator of Bad Boy Records.
I feel like, I'm thinking that he was hiding the Decepticons in his houses. Those are big houses. And then the only biggest thing that you can hide in there are Decepticons. That's me.
Right. Well, we would need to do a lot to cover this. We would need like probably 5 podcasts, right? There's a lot of details here. Yeah, house was raided, right? We know all of the publicly known information, but I've watched the rise of a mogul and the fall of the process of the falling of a mogul, where this is coming at him from every direction, even to the point where there's some psychics that predicted that this would actually happen to him. But that's Hollywood for you. That's the lifestyle. He's not the only one, just like R. Kelly is not the only one that's doing what he was doing. A lot of this is alleged. There have been actual reports and court documents, and that information is publicly available now. So I would suggest anybody that want to know the details to look at that information. It's sad though, because it's a fall for one of the biggest business moguls in hip hop. And me being in hip hop going into that, I know what comes with that lifestyle. So it's a tragedy, and definitely for anyone that was hurt or has gone through this and has been a victim of anything that Puff Daddy has done, my condolences goes out to them. And it should be a time for healing, because there's a lot of unknowns and misinformation out there. So I think for the people that have been affected, I would say definitely healing vibes to them, and let's just get better at this, because it's unfortunate. You have a black man from Harlem that comes up and makes it to the top of the game. Started out as a dancer, and to see him go through that is just crazy. So we got to do better.
For that.
Appreciate that. When you cross over in those circles, Scientology, you cross over into music.
And one thing I would say is when if you're in music and you're going into that field, don't look at this and laugh. Look at this and listen and learn and look for understanding, because that could very well be you.
That's a good point. And what would you say to people that, and even Jose, you could chime in too, that want to consider, I said, in the music, what advice would you want to give people that are pursuing that to, I mean, it's pretty simple. Don't put your hand on the oven.
So let me be clear about this. What's going on with Puff Daddy right now, that has nothing to do with music. There's these types of things happen to people, even if they have nothing to do with music. It's just it's your extracurricular behavior. So what I would say is the people getting into music, keep doing your thing, keep grinding, keep going hard, believe in yourself, stay focused, master your craft, get really, really good at it, sharpen your craft, just like in the military, right? We talked about earlier in this podcast, we talked about aiming with precision and the distance and the range. Know your weaponry, know the target, right? Understand the target, understand the power of the machinery that you're working with. So the same thing applies with the music industry. If anybody out there that wants to be a mogul, wants to be a boss, wants to be on top of the game, just keep grinding, keep going. Don't let one man's circumstances deter or throw off what you're trying to do with your life. One has nothing to do with the other. Thank you to Jose for coming on, and we appreciate you and appreciate what you do. And we're looking forward to more episodes, because I know there's more to your story. You have the military background, the technical background. So there are much more things that we would like to talk about in the coming, weeks and months. So we appreciate your time.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much, Vice.
Anything you'd like to share with the audience, our own country, and things going around the world? What could people do that are either struggling out there or having a tough time getting through whatever they're going through?
But one thing I say is this: just be able to. I've actually had this experience happen to a couple of people that I know, to where life is life is stressful on all angles. Everybody got things they got to deal with left and right. Things come in threes. At this point, it's coming in 12 for like that. But at times, you want to be able to take yourself out of the chaos, put yourself in a quiet place. If it means go on a vacation, get out of the United States, just to re-heal yourself, to re-energize yourself, and then come back as a different person, knowing everything that you already know. It's good to detach yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. It's good to detach yourself, collect yourself, bring yourself back up, and then hit it harder every time you come back. I had to do that. I definitely had to do that. I had to stop talking to individuals, just keep to myself, find my groove again, and then definitely get back. It's a prime example from when I was before, from when we talked about the first episode, to where I am now.
It's almost 3 years ago.
That's almost 3 years ago. And then doing that, I've been hitting the books. I've been focusing on myself, trying to do self-growth.
You started your own business?
Yeah, started my own business. It started off with taking responsibility for yourself. The moment you know that you are your own valuable asset, that's when everything changes. Everything
and the only competition changes. To your point is yourself. I struggle with that.
It's yourself.
Because we look at everything, but it's really yourself, right?
Your habits, breaking those habits.
What's the biggest challenge when you first start training somebody?
The first,
the obstacle for them to overcome, do you think?
Yeah, it's on mindset, because everybody know what they're supposed to do. I read this book. It's called "I Know What to Do. Why Can't I Do It?" Everybody know what they're supposed to do. Why aren't they doing it at all? You see it's on social media, it's on everywhere. Everybody is making something of themselves. Don't be left out. That's all I gotta say.
All right. Well, thank you, man. I thank you for your time.
Thank you guys. No, I appreciate it, man. I'm getting good. I'm getting back to this. It's a good experience. Always speaking on the mic. I feel like I'm gonna spit some bars every time I got a microphone in front of me, man. But
Well, if you're interested, you can talk to Scar City about that.
You know what? That's gonna be in a whole different episode. So yeah.
You really think you can rap?
Everybody can rap, man. Everybody can rap. Well, I mean,
let's test it right now. Let us hear something right now. Let's go. Exclusive. Let's go. All emotions exclusive. Let's go.
No way. I'm not ready for that at all yet. No, but no, but in all honesty, man, yeah, everybody, if you put your mind to it, man, you don't know how far you can go until you definitely just pick yourself up and go that distance, man. Go the distance, past your limits. It's never too late too as well. It's never too late. You got individuals going to college at 92 years old. What? I don't know. It just boggles my mind how the human body works. It's a tremendous thing. So definitely you have all the power you are.
Okay, real quick, because you start your own business, way people can reach you.
Yeah, definitely. So with that one, personal training. Do a personal trainer. The name of my company is Tough Love Consultations, for the other TLC.
Again, thank you, Jose, for your extended time. Scarcity, you got anything else?
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Jose. And thank you for Melissa for joining. Talk to you all on the next episode.
Thank you, Jose. And thank you all for taking the time to listen. All of us at the All Emotion team and the back office, we really appreciate it. Make sure you haven't done so already. Please go over and check out allmotionpodcast.com and make sure you subscribe to our mailing list. Please be sure to check out. I have amazing things happening and powerful episodes and content coming your way, and a lot of big things still to happen this year in 2024. From all the AIM team and the back office, Melissa, Scar City, and myself, take care and be safe.